Driving can be considered therapeutic, but not when you see flashing lights behind you. You feel your heart sink in that moment as you check your rearview mirror and confirm that the police are tailing you. The possibility of getting a ticket looms over your consciousness as you think back on the violation you've done that caused this. In an effort to face the consequences of what you've done, you pull over and face the officer of the law. Being in this situation could really be nerve-wracking, but there are proper ways for you to deal with it. Rules are meant to be followed, and police officers are there to enforce them. The important thing when being pulled over is not making the situation worse. Continue to watch till the very end to find out how you can get through this shakedown without further complications. Setting aside ill intentions, there's a specific reason as to why the cops have ordered you to pull over. They wouldn't really pull you over with the entourage of lights just to ask you for some spare change. You may or may not be guilty, but it's important for you to stay on the good side of the law. Getting pulled over by a police officer will truthfully alarm you, but it's important that you stay level-headed when the time comes. Here are the top 7 tips to know when being pulled over. Number 7. Be mindful of your turn signal. You may feel a bit of panic the moment you see the flashing lights in your rearview mirror, but don't forget about the basics as you make your way to the sidelines. Even though it's understandable that you're shaken, you also need to be present. Keep in mind that you've already done something that's gotten their attention. Don't give them more of a reason to question you by forgetting to use your turn signal at the proper time. This applies from the start, all the way till the end of the confrontation, as you make your way back onto the road. Number 6. Maintain clarity and visibility. Visibility here refers to the way the officer is able to observe your movements because they will be reading your every move. As you finally settled onto the sidelines, roll down your window. You don't necessarily have to roll it all the way down. Just lower it enough so they can see and speak with you clearly. If your windows are heavily tinted, you might have to lower it entirely, as complete visibility is important to the cop who is checking you. If you get pulled over at night, make sure that you turn your car light on. Apart from giving them a clear visual of you, make sure as well that both of your hands are placed in front of the steering wheel. There shouldn't be any disruption when the officer is talking to you. Whether you are on the phone, on the radio, or on your playlist, make sure that these are turned off while the officer makes their approach on you. Make sure that you speak clearly too. Number 5. Communicate with tact and be respectful. You're on the spotlight here, and you need to be mindful about the way you communicate with the officer. As they make their approach to your vehicle, wait for them to speak first. Try to be aware about the officer's temperament so you would know how to communicate with them effectively. Maintaining calmness can be really challenging at this time, but it's very important for you to be. Communication is very important as you find the reason why they've pulled you over and what countermeasures can be applied. If you're traveling with other people, make sure that they keep silent and not interject in the police's questioning without good reason. As the driver, keep in mind that it's solely your responsibility as the person manning the vehicle, not your passengers. Also, traffic enforcers are now required to record every interaction, so they're as liable as you are if things go south. Being intimidated will be an understatement with the situation you're in, but this doesn't give you the pass to act irrationally. Again, your every move is being watched, so you have to be really careful. The officer is concerned about their safety as much as you are. And although it's normal for them to be asking for your license and registration, you don't have to hurry in keeping those documents handy. Wait to be asked for your documents. And just to be prepared in the future, before you go for a drive, make sure that your driver's license and your car's registration is with you. Make sure to place them in reachable areas as well, so you won't cause any unnecessary alarm while acquiring them. There's still more tips that we've yet to elaborate. Continue watching to the very end. If you're enjoying what you've seen so far, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Number 3. Stay inside your car. Visibility may be very important, but this doesn't immediately extend to you stepping out of your car the moment you pull over. Your intentions may be in the right place, as you want to show the officer that you're being cooperative. However, doing so might cause you more harm than good. Think about it in the perspective of the officer, as they see you exit your vehicle. The last thing you need is to turn this simple confrontation into a hostile one, with you being the target of suspicion. Number 2. Rely on your hazards. The hazard lights have multiple uses, especially during emergencies. They can also be of great use to you in the event that you're unable to pull over. If you're pulled in the middle of heavy traffic, it's all the more reason for you to exercise caution. Swerving through a lot of cars can be dangerous, and it's definitely not advisable. Think of your safety first, and as you do this, turn on your hazards, because this will at least give the traffic enforcers the signal that you're acknowledging their pursuit. Number 1. Know your rights. Preparation is everything where the law is concerned. Remember, the law is there to also protect you. Always be mindful about your rights and adhering to the police's orders. Make sure you are actively exercising your right in the same way that they are enforcing any legal actions. Identify the red flags in their orders so you will know when to stop abiding with them, especially when they're heading down the path of taking advantage of you. No officer should abuse their power, because they're there to uphold peace and order, not for extortion. And as you are the person manning the vehicle, be mindful of the fact that driving is a privilege, not a right. It's important that you do your part as you embrace the mechanics of being a responsible driver. If you found this video interesting, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, or the cops are surely going to pull you over. Just kidding. Let us know your thoughts about this video.